Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Wednesday, March 18th, 2026. Let's take a look what's going on the economic calendar for today. So what do we have here? Japanese data, exports, trade balance, adjusted trade balance, all beats the expectations. We'll definitely take a look at the Japanese yen later on. Core CPI and CPI data from the Eurozone are scheduled for release at 11 o'clock. Key data release during the London session. Monetary policy meeting minutes from Turkey is scheduled for release at noon. And then at 1:30 we got PPI and core PPI data scheduled for release from the US. At the same time, urgent securities purchases are scheduled for release from Canada as well. 1 hour later, German Buba Vice President Buch will give a speech at 2:30. And 15 minutes later, we got interest rate decision. Bank of Canada will make the interest rate decision about the current situation on the monetary policy. 2.25 is the previous interest rate, and the same interest rate is being forecasted for the future, and the Bank of Canada should not hike or cut the interest rate. Interest rate statement will be released at 2:45 as well. Factory orders data are scheduled for release at 3 o'clock, and 30 minutes later we got Bank of Canada press conference. Crude oil inventories are scheduled for release at 3:30, together with the cash in crude oil inventories. And then we have the major event of the day and the week. Fed interest rate decision will take place at 7 o'clock, not 8, but 7 o'clock today, together with the FOMC economic projections, FOMC statement, and press conference that will take place 30 minutes later. Please notice that the Fed is expected to hold the interest rate at the level of 3.75. Any change from this level will spark big volatility across the board. At the end of the day, we got interest rate decision in Brazil, we got Westpac consumer sentiment in New Zealand, and the GDP in New Zealand scheduled for release at 10:45. Nevertheless, the Fed interest rate decision will steal the show for today. So please keep an eye on the charts, keep an eye on the 7 o'clock, because then interest rate decision will take place. So now, without any further ado, let's switch to the charts, and we start with euro-dollar. So the euro-dollar 4-hour time frame chart is positioning itself ahead of the Fed interest rate decision. Look at this thick red line here. This is our range high. Look at this thick green line here. This is our range low. Obviously, we will add some sort of the indicator here. And as far as I remember, we've been mostly working with RSI. So the RSI indicator is very much welcome here. This is the classic RSI indicator, 14 periods back, no big deal here. So what do we see? We see the hike in the RSI above the level of 50. So let me just place the 50 level line. So it's roughly around here. It's not the point. It's not that much important to have it on the point. But now we broke above the level of 50, and the market is ready to move higher. As you can see on the chart, the market made a low at 1.1415 and broke above this intraday technical resistance at 1.1525, local high 1.1547. So right now the situation is quite clear. We are keep moving higher and trying to retrace as much as we can from the recent swing to the downside. Let me just place the Fibonacci retracement tool from the low to the high. I guess that's the correct situation here. Yes, from the low to the high. How much can we retrace? Are we here? Yes, we are here. So we retrace 50% already, because 50% is 1.1541 and the 61% is 1.1571. We might hit this level before the market will be under the influence of the Fed interest rate decision. So positioning ahead of the Fed interest rate decision is to the upside. The same situation is on the cable. Look at this trend line here. We've been testing this trend line and trading this trend line for quite some time right now. Nevertheless, every time there is a rejection, new low, rejection, new low, rejection, new local high, and new low. The newest low is 1.3218, and now we have a movement to the upside with quite strong and nice momentum, 55 points right now. But we are just below this trend line here. So please expect the test of the trend line. Maybe even we will test the 100 periods moving average on 4-hour time frame chart at 1.3393, and then the decision to go higher or lower will be made by the market participants. There is a chance that FOMC interest rate decision might have the impact on this on the future for the cable. Unexpectedly, Japanese yen, US dollar to the Japanese yen market moves lower. Local high 157.76. We were hoping and targeting for 160. So that's our level, 101 pips below. There you go. I want to place it for 160. I can't. Okay, 160 is our target. We never hit it. Then now the market is moving a little bit lower because we're coming off the extremely overbought conditions. Now this is enough for the downside momentum. We broke the level of 50. Now it's 45.86. It's about the time for the market to move higher. So any breakout below this local low here and technical support at 158.58 is bearish, and the momentum might go to the extremely oversold conditions, and a bounce from here would target the 160 level. Let me just place it on black. There you go. Yeah, 160 is the target for the bulls. Any breakout below this level is bearish, and we're targeting the lower levels roughly around 158. Gold market doesn't do anything. Waste of time to analyze this, so there's nothing going on here. But wait for the Fed. Okay, so now we are before the Fed. We are here. S&P 500 breaks above the local technical zone. This is the supply zone. We broke above this zone, and the new local high is 6,758. Very close to the 100 piece moving average, 6,791, just ahead of the FOMC. So technicals might not be that popular during the big data release, so please don't rely too much on the technicals this time. Crude oil coming off the level of 101 after retracing a little bit more than 50% of their recent swing down. So right now we might delay this Fibonacci and see what is going on here on the chart. So basically this, look at the volatility on the crude oil is massive, and we all know why. Now the situation here with this recent movement to the downside, yes, this is big movement to the downside from 120 to 76, retracement, shooting star, confirmation, pullback to the upside, and now we are testing the 92.08. Any breakout lower would likely cover the gap towards 89.88. Momentum is already just a little bit below the level of 50. Let me place the level of 50 on the chart. There you go. So this is basically the level of 50. We are just a little bit below the level of 50. Nevertheless, there is still a chance for this market to either consolidate or to move higher. But for now, the level of 100 has been rejected. We are closer to the 90 than to the 100. And last but not least, the Bitcoin. As I said, the level of $75,000 is the key level from the technical point of view. We broke above this level, but immediately during the next 4 hours, this movement to the upside has been rejected, and the market went back down towards 73,000 level. So let me just place this internal trend line, the intraday technical resistance level, $76,000 to the point, right? So very nice movement, $1,000 above. Nevertheless, bearish engulfing pattern, pullback to the upside, bearish engulfing pattern cause this movement to the upside. Even the pullback can't for now produce any good momentum, despite the fact that momentum is at the level of 56 points. So there is still a chance that this market would go higher. Well, we need more bullish activity here in order to see the movement towards 80,000, where the 100 periods moving average is on a daily time frame chart, right? Because daily looks a little bit different. You got this level here on the chart, 80,600. This is the next target. If we break above this high, we need a massive movement to the upside. Possibly, the possibilities of this movement are higher if there is another interest rate cut performed by the FOMC, right? So please stay focused, stay vigilant. We will see how this situation will unfold in just a few hours. This evening, 7 o'clock, FOMC meeting minutes, FOMC, Fed interest rate decision and FOMC economic projections will be released. Stay tuned. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Bye-bye.